The past 2 months have given us some wonderful Messi at Miami moments. Free kicks, last-minute winners, pitiful MLS defending, and celebrities dorking out over meeting La Pulga. But it's also given us a look at the impact that Lionel Messi could have on the MLS and soccer in America in general. And the future might not be as bright as a lot of people are making it out to be. When Messi signed with Inter Miami, the whole country jumped with joy. Journalists went mad and fans came out of nowhere to show their support for Messi's new pink playing grounds. People said that Messi would shine a new light on the sport and that it would blast the MLS onto screens of millions. Because now the greatest player of all time had made an unparalleled move to a small team at the bottom of the barrel, and he was going to take them to the top of football worldwide. And as exaggerated as a lot of that is, I have to admit, a lot of it came true. Sure, Messi's move to the MLS is far from original. Pelé joined the New York Cosmos before MLS even existed, and Andrea Pirlo, Frank Lampard, and Wayne Rooney all joined the MLS in the twilight of their careers as well. But in all of those cases, maybe with the exception of Pelé, they didn't make much of an impact on the sport in America. Why? Well, they were in the twilight of their careers and they didn't have a lot of eyes on them. The difference with Messi is everyone is watching him. Literally today, as I'm recording this, Messi is the most famous person in the world right now. In the past 30 days, he has been the most Googled person, even more than Taylor Swift. He's just come off winning the most fairy tale amazing World Cup that anyone has ever seen, and Van Gaal has some comments about, but everyone is looking at him right now. They are all paying attention to the things he does, and it's even more exciting than I'm sure it would have been if he even made the same decision 2 years ago. In Messi's first week at Inter Miami with his games on Apple TV+, the platform saw a 75% increase of viewership from the week before. This is absolutely not something that anyone in American soccer or the MLS has ever experienced before. There has never been this much excitement to watch the games, which has, for a long time, been one of the major problems of the sport in America. All the supporters of MLS teams also have other teams in Europe that they support as well. But not only that, they just don't seem to be as invigorated for a lot of the MLS games. Sure, there are the ultras or the socios, whatever you want to call them. They have them as well, but it's not at the same level as a lot of teams in Europe. And I don't think Messi is changing this at all, except maybe for fans of Inter Miami. America has for a long time had an issue with soccer not being cool. Messi can change that. That is something he can improve because he's making it somewhat cooler to walk around wearing a pink Inter Miami jersey. Today, a kid is going to get a lot more attention in school for wearing a pink Inter Miami Messi jersey than he would have 6 months ago wearing a pink DeAndre Yedlin jersey. It wouldn't have been the same. And this just has to do with the attention he's bringing to the games. You can see all of these celebrities that are watching soccer that are going to these Inter Miami games to just watch Messi. They aren't there because they're super major fans of the MLS. Selena Gomez was not going to go to that Inter Miami game if Messi wasn't playing. LeBron James was not going to go to that Inter Miami game if Messi wasn't playing. His move to the MLS is not creating more fans of the MLS. It's creating more fans of Messi. Die-hard MLS fans, people that are really going to get into MLS, are not the ones shelling out $500, $600, $1,000 to go to these games. The only people that are able to do that are the people that have been in love with Messi and been watching him since he was at Barcelona as a kid, or the celebrities that want to see it and can afford it and are going to just go to see this one magical person that they've heard all about from their coworkers. Now, this is going to create fans for Inter Miami. That's just what happened. People like front-running, they like following teams with the best players. It's not going to create a fan for the MLS. Atlanta United is not going to get more fans from Messi going to Inter Miami. And I can already see a world where MLS fans are upset that Messi joined the league because they're being outpriced and outbid for the tickets that they've had for so long. But I have to concede that with Messi being here, he is going to skyrocket game day revenue for all the teams in the league because they all have to play Miami. And the league is going to make a killing on TV and jersey sales as well. And hopefully that goes towards reinvestment into the teams and bringing in better players. On top of that, young, talented players that may be just beneath the noses of European scouts may want to head to MLS to play with Messi. But to be fair, there's only so many spots on a team, and Messi, Busquets, and Alba are already taking up 3 of them. It's just a fact that the pull of these MLS teams isn't that impressive for big name players, for major players. The best players in Europe don't really have a reason to come to the MLS anymore. Why is that? Because of this guy and the Saudi Pro League. Back when Andrea Pirlo and Frank Lampard came to the MLS, they came because they could kind of relax, play less games, and make a ton of money. Because we all know this in the twilight of players' careers. They want to make a ton of money because they're never going to be able to work as a professional athlete again. But today, People really aren't going to the MLS for that anymore. Sure, Insigne did that a few years ago, Wayne Rooney did that as well, but they cannot do it. American teams just cannot afford it the same way that the Saudi Pro League can. There's a reason that these very talented players jumped ship from good European teams to Saudi Pro League teams. And it wasn't the climate in Saudi Arabia. But people aren't going to leave Europe for the MLS just because Messi is there. They are absolutely not getting the deal that Messi got with his contract. One of the biggest reasons he went to Miami is, sure, the lifestyle. They speak Spanish in Miami. He can do and live a little bit more chill of a life and still play football. But he is going to make more money in the MLS than he ever could with Saudi Arabia because of the deal he was able to make with MLS, Inter Miami, and Apple TV. He is going to have a stake in Inter Miami forever. That is going to be money coming in for his entire life. The MLS cannot offer that to other players, and they can't even really offer that competitive of a game. I'm not saying Saudi Pro League is competitive, but have you seen some of the tapes of Messi's goals in his most recent games? He is making the defenders look like my high school soccer team. And we went 0-16. But whether you agree with me or not, it doesn't really matter. The fact is, Messi's contract is running out in 2025. Messi's MLS magic is all going to be over in just about 2 years. However, I mentioned this earlier, I stand behind this. Messi's move is going to make a huge change in the culture of soccer football in America. People are much more aware of it today than they were 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. So because of this random guy from Argentina, there's going to be so many more kids in the US playing FIFA, trying out for their middle school teams, and watching compilations of prime Messi, Iniesta, and Busquets well after they told their parents they're going to sleep. That is his contribution to football in America, not saving the MLS. Over time, his contributions will become even more clear, and maybe one day the MLS will be up there with the top 5 leagues. But not today, not tomorrow, and not 10 years from now. But things will change eventually because soccer is becoming one of the most popular sports in America very, very quickly. But it's just a fact that Messi won't be the messiah of the MLS. For a little bit of context on what my channel is and what I do, I make a lot of random videos, but from now on, I'm going to be only making soccer videos or football videos. I've been messing around with a lot of things that haven't been working, putting a ton of time into my videos, and it hasn't really been paying off and making me feel very good. And I want to feel good again. And so I think the best way to do that is to make videos about the sport that I love the most and the thing that spends the most time in my head. So if you want to go on this journey with me and learn some cool things about football and find out some things maybe you didn't know before and hear some cool stories, consider subscribing. I have made a soccer video in the past, so why don't you check out why soccer will be the biggest sport in the US. It randomly has to do with Speed, the Twitch streamer. It's pretty cool. Check it out, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.